All right, welcome back again, everyone. We are getting ready to finally start cutting our fabric after having ironed it and cut out our pattern. Now, something I want to touch on real quick. I see a lot of people do this. They go and they put the pattern smack dab in the middle of fabric, cut out, and then they wonder why they have all this waste. The best thing to do when you are cutting is think about what kind of piece you need and to place the pattern accordingly. In this case, we just need a little bit, so we're going to place the pattern right here, and then I can use all this other fabric over here for other projects. Now, by the way, say hello to Pins the Hedgehog. He is my faithful companion during sewing adventures like this one. And you are now going to take the straight pins, not sewing needles, straight pins, and you're going to use them to pin the pattern to fabric. And it will only take a moment. Now, the reason we do this is there's actually two ways you can do this. You can do a chalk outline of the pattern, which we will do on another video, or you can pin the pattern directly to the fabric and simply cut around. Now, if it's a pattern you're hoping to use more than once, I suggest actually doing a chalk outline. If it is a pattern you are hoping that, well, you know you're going to cut and mess up, go ahead and do a chalk outline. If you're reasonably comfortable with how you're going to cut, go like this. Now, I've placed my pattern in the best spot. I have it as flat as possible. I will now take my shears. Keep in mind, shears need to be used for fabric, and you should keep an eye on if they are cutting. If you see, this cuts it very nicely and cleanly, and so you want to be careful, as it can actually give you some stitches, and not the kind that you actually want to have in a pattern. Now I'm just going to very carefully cut, keep going around. Now at this point, there's a lot of people who freak out because they'll suddenly go, oh no, and notice I'm closing my scissors for a moment. They'll go, oh no, Miss Rice, I accidentally cut the fabric crooked. And you know, it's okay, you can fix it to a certain degree when sewing. You want to be careful about over trimming your fabric. If you over trim the fabric, then you're not going to get a good product at all. Meanwhile, like for example, if you take a look right here, not the straightest of lines, but when I sew this and I sew it shut, it is actually going to go and even out as long as I sew in a straight line later. So we're going to finish cutting off the edge. And last edge. Okay, so there we go, and I'll just set this fabric aside for next time. Now what we're going to do real quick as part of this video, I'm going to unpin everything. Note that I'm using my pin cushion, guys. I'm going to unpin all of the hedgehog, take it apart. Now you see how we have these two notches here. We're going to use those to line this up and make sure it stays even. We are also, to get ready for sewing, going to pin this right side to right side. So the side that you don't really like, see how this looks a lot nicer than this side? This is actually going to be on the inside of the project. So we actually sew with it on the outside. You'll see why we do that soon in a later video. Now I'm going to go ahead and pin this in a few spots so it stays together. And when we do our next video, I will show you how to accurately mark 1 3/4 of an inch around the edge of your project. Until next time, happy sewing!